Does anybody have any emergency traffic for this frequency before we begin? All right, with nothing heard, does anybody have any announcements for the net tonight before we begin? Please call now. All right, with nothing heard, sorry I'm a little distracted. I'm doing a couple different things at once as usual. I have a couple announcements, just give me 1 second. All right, the Lowell repeater, the 462-625, has a new PL tone 156.7, and it's got a new home and location, so if you guys want to give that a shot, Michael would appreciate any signal reports you can give him. He's a member of our Facebook group, so you can get in there. There's a post, and you can share your reports with him. That would be greatly appreciated. And the Barrington has a new PL tone for any of you folks that are way up north and haven't heard. And I have that here somewhere. I'll get that to you shortly in 1 second. And tomorrow, it's the cookout, guys. Everybody's welcome. We're going to get there around noon and start setting up. The food will be between 5 and 7. So if you want to come on by and check out the club, have some food, listen to some good musicians, and hang out, bonfire, kid friendly. There's rumors of a bounce house, but I don't know if we're going to put that up or not. That's all up to Sam. And we'll find out how many people want that. And there's no YouTube tonight, apparently. I can't get this thing to work, which I really don't care about. So, all right, this is the West Michigan GMRS Friday night net. This net meets every Friday night at 8 p.m. This is a social net open. Any licensed operator within range of the repeater. Its goal is to bring together, grow, and unite the GMRS community in West Michigan. And it gives everybody the opportunity to check their stations and get an audio and signal report. When checking in, please speak slowly and clearly with your name and call sign twice, the second time phonetically. And that gives us a chance to get you in a log. And it's just me and Ken scribing tonight, guys, so go slow. Give us a chance. We're not as fast as Sam or Taylor. So this is the West Michigan GMRS Friday night net. We'll take some check-ins. Please call now. This is WSHD 327. Whiskey Sierra Hotel Delta 327, Harley from Grand Rapids, in and out tonight. Alright, Harley, I got you in the book. Me and Ken got to get on the same page here. WSCW 958. Ken, what do you want to do? You want to do call sign and name, or what do you want?
You handle the call sign, I'll take care of the rest of it.
Excellent. I can do that. Alright, next check-in, please call now.
This is Kilo, correction, Whiskey Sierra Delta Alpha 295. That's Whiskey Sierra Delta Alpha 295. Portable, Jason and Allegan, On the handheld, I'll be short term.
All right, man. You gonna make it tomorrow, or are you working?
I'm working this weekend.
All right. Well, it starts at noon and it's gonna go till whenever. So I don't know what time you gotta work, but I got you down as short term. Next check-in, please call now.
WSEK 833, Brian Hutchinson, versus your Echo Kilo, Brian Hutchinson.
All right, Brian, I'm really distracted tonight, so I didn't get your call sign. I got most of it. Can you give it to me again? Brian in Hudsonville, can you give me your call sign one more time, please? Alright, well, Brian's having technical difficulties, or I am. I'm not sure which, but I got you in the log, Brian. I know your call sign. I can look it up later. Next check-in for the West Michigan GMRS Friday Night Net. Please call now.
This is WSAD 407, Whiskey Sierra Alpha Delta 407, just in the middle of Hutchins Lake. I'll be general.
Oh, cool. You got to let us know if you're catching anything when you're out there, when it's your turn. This is WRWN 809, Net Control for the West Michigan GMRS Friday Night Net, and we're taking check-ins. Please call now.
Whiskey, Quebec, X-Ray, Tango, 883, Dick in Jenison.
Oh, hey, buddy. Good to hear you. Haven't heard from you for a while. And while I got you, I wanted to mention to you, if Colin didn't share the love, our first and annual, it's going to be annual. I guess it can't be annual if it's the first. But we're having our cookout tomorrow. It's at the Canonsburg repeater site. Greg graciously hosted that, and it's going to be a good time, man. It's going to be, we got a pig roast, we got live music, and if you can make it, we'd love to have you. So I'll get more information to you, and we'll chat about that in 1 second. Dick, did you say you wanted to be in and out, short-term, or a general check-in?
I didn't say, and thank you for asking. I will be a general tonight, so that sounds great. I'll see what I can muster up for tomorrow night. Thank you. Whiskey, Quebec, X-Ray, Tango, back to Net Control.
All right, very good. Thank you very much. All right, this is West Michigan GMRS Friday Night Net. Next check-in, please call now. This is Whiskey Sierra Lima Yankee 510, Mark in Lakeview. All right, Whiskey Sierra Lima Yankee 510, Mark, we got you in and out, short-term, or a general check-in? Yeah, I was in and out last time. I'll just be a general this time, I guess. Oh, we like that. We like it when people stick around and hang out. I know it's a beautiful day outside and it's summer, and last thing you know, people want to do is talk on the radio sometimes, but hey, glad you're here. Next check-in for the West Michigan GMRS Friday Night Net, please call.
WRHC 989, Whiskey Romeo Hotel Victor 989, Sean and Plainwell.
I got Whiskey Romeo Hotel Victor, and you're really scratchy and broken, so I didn't get the rest of that. I need your call sign one more time, please. Name. I got Plainwell, and if you'd like to be in and out, short-term, or a general check-in.
The Whiskey Romeo Hotel Victor 989. It's Sean in Plainwell. I'll be in and out. We're doing some cleaning around the house.
All right, Sean, thanks for checking in, man. We appreciate it. Let's get back up to Jason in Allegan. I know he's working hard. Hold on, Jason. I didn't have a topic. Man, I'm off my game tonight. So distracted. Okay, well, we got a topic. Sylvia saved me, as usual. She pulled me out and helped me. Can you name something from your childhood that your kids just don't understand or people wouldn't believe? I mean, I know we got a lot of age groups here, different ranges and things. So, and then I'm going to steal a little bit from the Noontime Roundup. What did you accomplish this week in radio? It doesn't have to be amateur radio, any kind of radio. Did you do anything? And what's on your bench? What are you working on? So you got 3 things to work in, and as usual, if you can't get any of those, share whatever you like. So, Jason, come on, buddy.
Oh, this is WSDA 295. Something from my childhood that kids today probably won't understand. Rotary telephone. Let's see here. Dial-up internet. Yeah, I'm old, but not that, but not as old as some. Yeah. So, having to wait, 10, 15 minutes for a picture to load on the internet. That kind of stuff. I'm trying to think some other stuff there. Let's see here. What I do with radio? Well, didn't do much with GMRS. Only time I really get on GMRS is when I check into the net here. Ham radio-wise, made a few contacts, POTA contacts, marked on the air. Made a contact with a gentleman doing a POTA in England on the 20-meter band. Was it last night? Yeah, I think it was last night, which is something I normally am not able to do from my home shack. Normally I can only catch them on the 15, 12, and 10-meter band. On my bench, right now, nothing. Might be having to look at my head halfway wire and kind of look at the 49 to 1 on that. Not looking forward to getting that down out of the air. There's a couple other things too. Might be putting together a dedicated near vertical incident skywave antenna for the home shack for 80 and 40 meters. That's about it. Correction. Whiskey Sierra Delta Alpha T95 back to net.
All right, buddy, thanks. Yeah, the bands were awesome the other day. I talked to Slovenia on my lunch hour on 10 watts yesterday for my truck. That was pretty cool. I was on 20 meters. And then, I was going to say rotary phones, but I have one that still works and it's hanging in the kitchen, so my kids know all about that. So can't use that one. All right, let's do this. Let's just go down the line because I think this is going to be a light night and we won't make anybody wait too long to talk. So let's go to the top of the list. Ken, WSCW 958. Thanks for subscribing and helping me out tonight.
Hey, no problem. Hey, when you get a chance, if you got time to type, I started an address for picnic. Maybe we can announce that one again. Anyway, what am I doing for my child that kids want to understand? Okay, I guess that's a loaded question because there's a lot of things. In the fall when we were hunting, we always take our rifles and shotguns to school with us. Did homework out in the woods while we were watching the squirrels and rabbits. It's endless. Like everybody could say, there's something different for everybody. Take a break. On my bench, I just got done programming with another radio. Getting ready to go camping with it, so I got my radios ready. And outside of that, not much else going on. Back to net, WSCW 958.
I remember when I was in high school, my buddy had Jim Bush guy. He had a pickup truck, old Dodge blue pickup truck with a gun rack on the back window and a 30-06 and a shotgun, and we used to drive that thing to school and park it in the parking lot. Nobody said a word about it. And then everything got ruined. I won't go there. All right. Thanks, Ken. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. All right, who we got? Brian in Hudsonville. Brian, you out there?
Yep, WSDK 833. Sorry, I switched radios. Hopefully this is coming in a little better. So can you confirm that?
Yes, sir. Sounds much better.
That's good. Yeah, the other one was wanted by truck, so not sure what's going on with the power output, but it sounds like it was coming in pretty weak. So grab the cheap HT and do it the old-fashioned way. So, as far as looking back at my childhood, I think the thing that people don't understand now is it was kind of a common set of experiences. We all watched the same shows pretty much at the same time, and kind of all got our stories from the same places. And it's very much the pop culture. Everything was kind of the same. So everyone was sort of on the same page. And now everything just kind of goes its own direction and streaming and lots of things whenever you want, wherever you want, and on your phone, and 24 hours a day. So I just think kind of that common experience is gone, and I think people really grasp it.
Wow, that's an awesome lookout. I never thought of it that way. That makes complete sense, though. I like it when they post videos and stuff on social media, and they got these kids out there, and, it's like they're riding their bikes and doing all the stuff that we used to do, and they make such a big deal about it, like how awesome they are. It's like, look at this. I'm like, man, that was like an everyday thing. That was just a Tuesday for us, All right, thanks, Brian. Jeff he's out in the lake. Jeff, you catching any fish? Come on in.
Hey, good evening, Mark and everybody. WSAD 407. Yeah, I've been out here about 2 hours. I got 8 bass on the boat so far. My biggest 16-inch, small 12-inch. I am planning on going tomorrow, so looking forward to seeing everybody there for sure. Have a good time. And let's see, as a childhood, I would say having to remove the dial from the TV so nobody else can turn the channel, or getting up to turn the channel, or getting up to adjust the rabbit ears, stuff like that. Let's see, going out and playing and coming home at dark, and not having to tell where you're going, what you're doing, all the death-defying things that you do, when you're a kid, but yeah, those good memories. And as far as radio, let's see, no, busy at work. I got to go across state for an audit next week, so yeah, back to that.
All right, buddy, thanks. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you too tomorrow. It's going to be a good time for the people to show up. And if anybody is listening, everybody should know by now, it's 7661 Knapp Street, Northeast, and that's in Ada, Michigan. It's the Cannonsburg 462-650 repeater site. And I think Larry and Paul and Greg are sitting out camping there right now, if they're listening. I don't know if they're listening. They're usually late to the show if they show up, but maybe they're listening, and I can spark a little comment out of them by calling them out. But they're out there right now camping, and there's camping tomorrow. We've got spots left if you want, because Kayla couldn't make it. Take a little second here. And I can't blame her because she dragged her cabin or her camper up to its location for the summer, and there's no sense in breaking that thing all down and bringing it back. So, all right, Jake Vance, good to hear you, buddy. WQXT 883, come on in.
Well, some of us are much older, and I think Ken's in my league as well, but how about just black and white TV, where there was no color until I was probably 13 or 14 years old, and I believe Sea Hunt was the first color, and I don't remember. It's the submarine show with the flying submarine. And then also, when you made a call on the phone, I can remember party lines where multiple users were on the same line, and instead of 616 or 534, you had names like Glendale. And that's before the numbers. And so that's my old stuff. We received the trailer from the east side of the state at Sal Army, so that's about 75 foot of trailer tower that brings up. You crank it up straight, and then you put it up with the motor. So looking forward to playing with that, and I'll take a quick bite. And then also got out the 811H amplifier and getting ready, making sure everything's working fine with that. For my backup amplifier for Hurricane Watch. Now, I was a little concerned we were going to have activation this week, but we didn't, fortunately. But, well, I'll tell you what, it's about impact. It doesn't have anything to do with wind. November 8, oh, excuse me, it isn't either. Whiskey Quebec X-Ray Tango 883, back to net control.
All right, man. Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to think of my grandma's phone number. It was like, oh man, what was it? It's on the wall upstairs. I've got a picture of it. I can't remember what Grand Rapids was. It's going to drive me crazy now because I can't remember. But I remember the party lines at my grandma's house. You just pick up the phone and there'd be people talking. It was cool. I hope I see you tomorrow, man, if you can make it. I think Colin's going to, I don't know, he hasn't told me if he's coming or not yet, but I invited most of the case sets people put the word out. And I'm so used to hearing your voice on HF and stuff. When you're on here, it just throws me off. So I understand the call sign confusion. All right, next on our list is Mark in Lakeview, WSLY 510.
Yeah, actually our prefix on our phone up here was Fleetwood, and our old number was Fleetwood 7734. I remember that to this day for some reason. Another thing my kids would not remember or not understand was when we turned the channel from Chem 9, which was in Cadillac, down to 13 or 8 down in Grand Rapids. We had to go outside with we had a pipe wrench sitting on the windowsill. We had to turn the antenna by hand until Dad yelled and said it was all right. So that was our antenna tuner, or tuner, whatever you want to call it. Let me grab a bite here. And we also, I'm sure they wouldn't understand Commodore 64 computers because that was one of my first computers, and the old dial-up internet, with the single modem, and later on I got a 128 and got 2 modems and 2 phone lines, so I could shotgun and get that way up to like 1200 baud internet connection, so I could download pictures in only half an hour. But other than that, the other thing my kids would know me for anyway was always had a ham radio in the car, and every time I'd get in the car, I'd start talking on the radio. And every one of my kids to this day remember my ham radio call sign. With that, we'll turn it back to net control. WSLY 510, back to net.
Oh man, so many brain cells you just reignited with. I still have an antenna for I don't have cable or anything like that. I have an antenna outside, and it's not on my roof. It's purposely on my fence because I cannot for the life of me get 3, 13, or 3, 8, 13, and 17 in one position. So I can get like either 2 of them really good and one of them kind of maybe, sort of, and the other one, and then I got to go out there and turn it. And I don't understand why, but I've only got a 3-element Yang on it, so I can like pick 2 and maybe another one. And it just doesn't, I have to go out there and turn the pipe, but I honestly don't really do that. Where I was watching soccer tonight for some reason, I don't know why. Well, I know why, because it was the only thing on, but the soccer game was coming in and out, and it fades out right perfectly in timing when the guy's about to do something cool, and then you don't get to see it. So take a quick break. And then computers, man, I remember I had a compact Presario. I think that thing was a 256 with like 4 megs of RAM or something. And probably 4 megs of RAM and a 50 megabyte hard drive trying to download a game. And I would just put a floppy disk in the morning when I went to work, and I'd come home, and at night I'd throw another one. It took me 3 days to download this game. And so. All right, guys, WRWN09 net control for ID. This is the West Michigan GMRS Friday Night Net. Would anybody else like to check in? Please call now.
WRVE 804, Moline, Michigan.
All right, we got Diane. She's checked in. Anybody else? Please call now.
This is
WQZT 684, Whiskey Quebec Zulu Tango 684, Brian, Grand Rapids, handheld, general.
All right, Brian. Next check-in, please call now.
This is WSLK 966, Brandon from Grand Haven. That's Whiskey Sierra Lima Kilo 966. I'll be a general.
All right, Brandon, hold on 1 second. I got to fix your call sign. I screwed that up badly. All right, next check-in, please call now.
This is Whiskey Sierra Alpha X-Ray 846, WSAX 846, Operator Victor, Big City of Douglas, Michigan.
All right, Victor, you want to be in and out short-term or a general check-in?
I will be a general today.
Awesome. Next check-in, please call now.
EV953, Whiskey Sierra Golf Bravo, 953, Riley in Wyoming.
Hey, Riley. We got you in the log. Did you see my note about that rack? That one that you got at 5 watts, if you guys want to get the 5 watts out of it, or the 1 watt, you got to have it hooked up to the board and not the chip. But I'm sure you've seen that. Next check-in, please call now.
This is Whiskey Sierra Mike Bravo 488, WSMB 488, Sylvia in Kentwood, and I'll be a general.
All right, Sylvia, thanks for checking in. Next check-in, please call now.
This is WSTK 548, Whiskey Sierra Delta Kilo, Clement in Kalamazoo. I will be general.
All right, Clem, let's take one more and then we'll get back to the list so people don't have to wait too long. So this is the West Michigan GMRS Friday Night Net. My name's Mark, Net Control, WRWN09 for station identification. Next check-in, please call now. That worked out perfectly. Brian in Grand Rapids, WQZT 684.
Thank you. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I'm on a handheld right now. Childhood memories, most of that people wouldn't understand, or younger people wouldn't understand. Mostly what's been mentioned, but I'll add a couple. My mom was my seat belt when I sat in the front of the car. Whenever my dad would brake hard, my mom would I would sit in the middle between my parents on the bench seat, and my mom would put her hand over to hold me in place. So no seat belts other than the mom's seat belt. And adding to all the things that have been brought up about the black and white television, our Zenith television had a remote control. The remote control was chain driven. It had a motor and a bicycle chain that turned the channels. And then the other memory is when the TV broke, you pulled the tubes out of it, you went to the drugstore and tested the tubes. Radio-wise, I've just been trying to mess around with CB antennas a little bit. WQZT 684, back to Net Control.
Man, I had to laugh. My dad used to purposely lock up the brakes and speed up or make a sharp corner just to slide the kids against the back seat, against the side. Like, he wasn't stopping us. If he hit something, he wouldn't put his arm out. He would just like wave at us as we went through the front windshield. But that's my dad, so. And a black and white TV, man, that's all we ever had. We didn't have any. My mom was single, and we had the little, I could see it in my brain. It was a little black and white TV, and it had some kind of Western pattern on the side of it. And it was kind of, wasn't very good, but that's all we had. So until later in life, my dad's side, my grandparents had a color TV, but not us. We had a little crappy little black and white TV, but it worked. All right, let's see. We got Brandon, WSLK 966.
All right. Hey, Mark. Thanks for running the net. I don't feel qualified to answer the first question because I'm only 20, and I feel like my childhood was like a couple of years ago. I guess the only thing I could say really is like when I was little, I rode bikes. I didn't have an e-scooter, and all that I see now are kids on e-scooters, and so I guess that's really the only thing I have to say. In radio, if you notice, I'm actually back on the net this week, and I'm at my house. And so before, when I was on the net, I was on 5 Mile Hill in downtown Grand Haven, and now I'm at my house back on the net because my antenna is 5 feet higher than it used to be, and I hit the Moline Tower perfect. So that was my radio stuff this week. I'll take a break. And on top of that, I am working on a family repeater for my house with a little Retevis RT97L. So that'll be my project this next week. So back to net control.
All right, man. Well, finally, glad we can hear you, man. I talked to a lot of, I got so many people, and I mean, there's people texting me right now because I started the YouTube channel, so I didn't have to text people during the net. And tonight I couldn't get it to work, so sorry anybody that's listening. Yeah, cool. Man, 5 feet makes a huge difference. People don't realize that 5 feet, makes a huge difference on UHF or anything line of sight, which VHF and UHF is. 5 feet makes a big difference, and it can mean the world of difference to getting in the repeater. Glad you're here, man. Good to have you. Victor is next. WSAX 846, Victor.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. WSAX 846. Things my kids wouldn't understand. Twin Stingray bicycles, Stomper four-wheel drives. We used to play with those in the sand. Metal Tonka trucks that were metal, true metal. Bench, what's on the bench? Nothing on the bench right now. I did rework my 11-meter setup and my Yaesu HF setup. Got a little fire for the wire, but we'll leave that one blank. Moved some antennas on the truck. I've got a Ram 1500. I had placed it for 11-meter on the front fender. I could not get a decent match break. So I moved that to it's basically an emergency service light bracket that mounts off the third brake light, and I moved them up there, and my SWR improved greatly. My GMRS is up there. My SWR isn't real good on that. I'm not happy with the antenna, so I'll be moving on from that one to something better. So, yep, that's the big excitement here in the last week. They said you Douglas, Michigan,
Hey, Victor, cool. You mentioned 10 and 11 meters. I can't even use 10 and 11 at my home QTH because I got crazy interference, and I'll post a picture of it on our Facebook group so you know what I'm talking about, but I can't figure out what it is. It's not coming from my house, but it is around my house, and I'm thinking, but it doesn't, nothing I got makes sense, now it's back right there. I'm watching it on the scope. I just turned it in, and it wasn't there. Now it's there. I don't know what it is. I talked to the ARRL representative at the show, and he's supposed to be helping me out with that. Maybe I can get it resolved. I think it's the power transformer up front, but it doesn't make sense to me why it's not always there and it comes and goes. But Victor, you gonna make it to the show tomorrow?
I am not, Mark. I have some engagements in southern Michigan tomorrow that I have to take care of down in Madeline.
All right. Well, I know it's kind of a hike for some people, but we're going to make this as like our first annual. I mean, kind of a, can't have a first annual, but we're going to make this a thing every year, and hopefully if this goes well, we can do it again next year, and people get to know. Riley, WSBG 953. Good to hear you, man. Come on in.
Hey, Mark, good to be back on the net again. The call sign Whiskey Sierra Golf Bravo 953. As far as your comment on the rack board, I'm kind of done trying to build out my own repeaters at this point. I built my own, I've got them up, and we just wait for other people to put them up. Something from my childhood that my kids wouldn't understand. One thing would be sitting in front of the TV watching the TV guides roll through. And if you took your eyes off for a second and you missed your channel, then you had to go and wait for it to come back around on the TV guide. What's on my bench? It's not necessarily ham radio related. Got back into FPV drone flight, so racing drones, and I'm using goggles and flying those. So that's been fun to get back into, getting that stuff, building drones again. But that's what's on my bench right now. Have fun tomorrow. Unfortunately, I got to work, so I won't be there. But anyways, thanks for hosting that. I'll talk to you.
All right, Lee. Thanks, man. It's always a pleasure to have you in here. You mentioned, well, a couple things. Let me get my brain cells in a row. It's going to be like noon to all night, man. People are camping, so people that are working, they say they got to work. They can't work for the entire period of this thing that's going to be. So if you guys want to show up late, I mean, this thing's going to go... It's kid-friendly, so it's going to open at noon, food's at 5. You know, I think the majority of people will be there for the food and hang out around that, but if you like to make it afterwards or before, that would be great. And then, hey, man, I know Jeff's listening. I don't know who else is, but you guys, I got mesh core on my node that's up right about now. It's about 60 feet. So I don't know. I haven't seen a single person yet. But I joined the gang. Maybe we can talk after. I got Mishmash on there. I think Grand Rapids was another one, and then yeah, Mishmash, Grand Rapids. I don't know what else to put on there, but it's up, and it's at 44th and Kalamazoo, roughly, you know, a couple blocks away from that. So there is one up. I got it up 60 feet. And if you guys want to put one up higher, you're welcome, but I'm not going any higher than that.
Hey, Mark, WSGN 315 in Milwaukee monitoring. Sorry I'm joining late. Hoping that I can bounce across the lake there to you guys with my little handheld.
Oh, no, man. You guys always got priority. Give me your call sign one more time. I've got it, but I want to make sure I get it correctly. Come on in, Milwaukee.
Thanks, Mark. Sorry to break in there. It's WSGN 315, Whiskey Sierra Golf November 315 in Milwaukee.
All right, man. Well, we got you, and you're making the trip. Give me your name. And the topic tonight is childhood things that your kids or current generation just wouldn't understand. And then anything you've done with radio or anything you'd like to share while we got you, man. Come on in.
Hey, appreciate that. Yeah, well, I was listening in on some of the guys talking there, and the one that I was thinking of was I had a little crystal radio that was like a little rocket that all you had to do is hook the clips to a piece of metal, and you could pull in I think it was AM channels back then. So that's probably one of the things that made me think of that. But sitting on the 8th floor here, looking out at Lake Michigan and Milwaukee, and crazy Summerfest going on down here. So if you hear horns or craziness in the background, that's what it is. But I appreciate you letting me in.
Oh, man, we always give you and Bob and Rob. Oh, I think it's Rob or Bob. I can never get that straight. Give you guys priority when you get in the net. I got to hit the real fine repeater. I got to try to do that. And every time it's mentioned, I forget to do it. But sometime I got to make myself a note and try to hit that real fine over there on the other side of the lake. So can I get your name? I didn't get your name.
I apologize. Yep, it's Doug. It's Doug. WSGN 315. Normally I'm down in Florida, but I have a little condo in Milwaukee, so I tune in when I'm up here. And yeah, real fine's a good one to get there. Nice, strong repeater.
Yeah, Doug, I got you. Now, I recognize the voice, and I remember you're up on the, what do you say, the 8th floor?
Yeah, I'm on the 8th floor in a pretty good sized building that has some metal walls behind me, so I think that helps.
Well, it's definitely working, man. You sound better than some of the guys that are right down the road from me, so I don't know. It's weird, but yeah, thank you, Doug, for checking into the net. We really appreciate it. All right, let's take some more check-ins for the West Michigan GMRS Friday Night Net. My name's Mark, WRWNL9 for station identification.
This is Whiskey Romeo Uniform Yankee 361, WRUI 361. Art, mobile northbound. I'll be a general tonight, Mark.
All right, Art. Let's take a break from check-ins and get these folks that have been sitting here for a minute. So next on our list is Sylvia in Kentwood, WSMB 488.
Yeah, so stuff from my childhood. So somebody already talked about like the arm being the seatbelt, but we didn't have seatbelts, we didn't have car seats. We used to ride in the back of the pickup truck. We used to have to get up and change the channel. There were no remote controls. And we would take off and play outside and ride around the neighborhood until dark, and no check-ins, no cell phones, It was a little freer back then.
Oh, that made me think about, and you guys, you remember the old wood grain, when cable first came out, you had that little, it was probably like 12 by 4 box, and it had the channels, and then the alphabet on it, had the little slider, and you slid that thing back. It wasn't cordless, you had a big long, you had to have like a 20-foot cord if you had a pretty big living room, but this is a family net, but you remember the scrambled channel? That's what made me think of that, getting outside and changing, or the remote control, because we never had a remote control either, but we did have, my grandma had the cable box with the giant cords at wood grain, and you could watch, well, we'll just leave it at that. This is the West Michigan GMRS Friday Night Net. My name is Mark, WRWN809. Next on our list is Clement in Kalamazoo, WSBK 548.
Thank you, Mark. I don't know what we were talking about. What we're talking about today, can you tell me?
I'm sorry, Clement, can you repeat that?
What are we talking about today?
Oh, I'm sorry. The topic was things in your kids or people, young kids today would not remember, can't relate to from your childhood. And then what did you do with radio this week? And then, as usual, anything that you like to share if you can't come up with a topic, anything for the topic. So come on in.
Okay, so first of all, cut it out. First of all, I had a disc player, which some older people haven't heard about. It used to be out by RCA. It was the size, if you wanted movies, they were the size of an LP. I had that for a while, had quite a collection, but then I got rid of it because it wasn't popular as they wanted it to be. And then as far as what I'm working on this weekend into Tuesday, I have ordered 4-foot interconnectable fiberglass arming poles that I've been looking for, and they should be perfect to get my GMRS antenna up back to where it was, maybe even better. That's what I've been working on. Okay, back to you, Mark.
All right, Clement, thanks, man. Give me 1 second, guys. This is WRWN09 Net Control for the West Michigan GMRS Friday Night Net. 1 second, please. All right, we're back. Doug in Milwaukee. We got Doug. Art, mobile. Buddy, what's going on?
Oh, just got out of work a little while ago, stepping and fetching for tomorrow, and just headed up north to have dinner, spend the night up here, and we'll be in Rockford tomorrow. Early, river trip got canceled. As far as things from childhood, been listening to you guys' stories off and on. I feel like the young buck out of this, but I ain't heard it mentioned yet, but running around with a pocket full of change, standing in line at the payphones, or me and my cousins used to go up into the woods and shoot beehives out of the trees. To go along with Sylvia riding in the back of the pickup. My grandpa had the old tall ladder Rex. Me and my cousins used to sit up on top of the cardboard load, taking it to the recycle plant. We'll take a break real quick. As far as radio, what do I got on the bench? Not much right now. You know, it's the nature of the beast is you go to program radio and you can't find what you're looking for, so you got to order new. So we're waiting for a programming cord for Baofeng. I got that typed into chirp, ready to plug into some radios and rearrange the channels on them. And got a new mobile antenna. And went through some of the radios, and I'm bringing you some equipment to donate to anybody that wants to get into the GMRS. With that, we'll turn it back to net, WRUI 361.
All right, thanks, man. I got some cool stuff from the last Hamfest. The guy, you know, it's Hamfest. For anybody who doesn't know, the end of the day, these guys don't want to carry this stuff home, so they give stuff away. So we got some cool stuff for the box, the donation box for the club. A couple radios in there, some, we got an SWR meter. We got 3 or 4 of those now, coax antennas. So if you guys don't know, we have a donation box for the club. You can donate, take from it, do whatever you want with it. It's all free, up for grabs. All right, that's the end of the list, guys. Let's do this. Anybody else would like to check in, please call now.
WATI 324 G Milwaukee.
In there, hey man, you gotta slow down a little bit for us, man. We're GMRS folks. We gotta go a little bit slower. I got Jay in Milwaukee. Give me your call sign one more time, a little bit slower, so we can get you the log.
Sorry about that. Whiskey Romeo Tango India 324.
All right, Jay, is that correct?
Yep, I go by Jay.
All right, well, come on in with your transmission. You know the topic for the night. Go ahead.
Actually, I actually don't.
All right, well, we're just having a little bit of fun with what would your kids or young people today not comprehend or understand from something that was like normal back to you in the day? What kind of things wouldn't they not understand?
I guess reading a lot. They wouldn't. Making things yourself. They wouldn't necessarily. That would be my 2 answers.
That's a disposable community now. You know, you just buy new and throw it away. You don't fix anything anymore or build anything. And I was looking at the, this is totally off topic, but it made me think about, I saw the report saying how many robots, what a robot can do, the time frames, the turnaround, and the units produced. You know, they work 24/7 pretty much, and you know, that's a discussion for another time. Robots. All right, this is the West Michigan GMRS Friday Night Net. My name is Mark. My call sign is WRWN809, and that's the end of our list, but we will keep this going as long as you want, so anybody who would like to check in, please call.
This is WSIC 638. The name is Sean, Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I will be in and out.
Hey, man, I really wish you were coming tomorrow, dude. Has anything changed, or are you still not going to make it?
I am really not going to make it. I'm sorry about that. I really wanted to be there, but they're offering me 12 hours of overtime, and I'm going to take it.
Oh, I can understand that, man. I wouldn't pass up the OT either. We got, I already work OT every week, but I would probably take it if they were offering it to me, so I can understand that. Sean, you're last on the list, dude. You want to just, you know the topic?
I do know the topic, but I don't have any good information to pass along about the topic. I'm really sorry, Mark.
Oh, that's all right. You do anything cool with the radio this week? Are you going to do field day or anything like that?
I did do some cool things with amateur radio, and I got some equipment rounded up. And my boss has actually given me permission to set up a station where I'm going to be working. So I got it all packed up today, and in between my rounds, I'll be on the air.
All right, very cool.
Mark, while I got you, I just wanted you to know something. If I accidentally offended you or your girl that you were with that day because she was studying for her exam, then I apologize, because I was just trying to help, and I've been through that scenario 3 or 4 times, and I just wanted to make sure I could help somebody.
No, man, not at all. We're both looking at each other like we don't know what you're talking about, so I don't know. She passed. Kilo, well, what is it? Kilo Foxtrot 8 GTA. Good times always. So, yeah, very cool. No, man, you didn't. Not at all. I don't even know what you're talking about, so don't even worry about it. Give it a second thought. Not at all. All right, I wanted to mention Sam, WRV 804, thanks for the use of the repeater tonight, and he's got to be listening because he just texted me. He's going to come to the cookout. He's going to have some radios, guys, so if you want a Motorola, all programmed, ready to go, with all the GMRS repeaters in it, some extra goodies if you're an amateur radio or a hamster. He'll have those tomorrow. I don't know. You'll have to talk to him about price. So, yeah. And I'd like to thank Sam for setting, and Ken for scribing. This is really good club we got going here with a lot of great people. So, one last call for check-ins or rechecks or comments. Anybody, come on in.
WSKB 891, Mike in Zealand, general check-in.
All right, Mike, we got you in the log. Next check-in, please call now.
WRCZ 523, Whiskey Romeo Zulu 523, Rob in Racine, Wisconsin.
Hey, there you are, man. I was just talking about you. Yeah, cool. Why don't you come on in with, we've given priority to all the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area folks tonight. Come on in, Rob. Good to hear you.
Yeah, you as well, Mark. The only thing I can think of for that kids thing is, you know, my kids never knew that there was no such thing as a window crank to open your windows. You know, they're always used to electric windows, you know, that they're only in their early 20s. And then for air conditioning back in the day, you had to open up the wing windows. You know, I don't know if you remember those, the wing windows and like the old Ford pickup trucks, whatever. You turn those all the way in, so that was your air conditioning back then.
Yeah, I was just watching a thing the other day about, I don't know can't recall what the video was about, but I think it was about, things in automobiles that, you know, didn't work out or aren't around anymore. And my grandma used to call them fly windows, the little window up there, the, you know, little dime or triangle-shaped window up there with, you know, to let fresh air in. You know, but it was like some people, cigarettes, and my grandma called them fly windows because it was like to shoot a fly out of the car, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense because you got all your windows rolled down anyway, so but I don't know. That's what she called it. Anything else, Rob, before we move along?
Radio-wise, I just picked up a new Motorola R7 HT, so that's about it. I still got the 5550E for the base station, so back to you, Mark. Sorry for the noise, I'm eating some peanut butter toast.
All right, man. Well, all you guys over there in Wisconsin, if you're listening, man, we're having a cookout tomorrow. If you guys want to drive to what is it, 13 hours? I don't know how long it would take to get from Wisconsin to our location. But, man, you guys are welcome. I know you ain't going to make it, but, yeah, we're inviting you anyway. So, all right, that's the end of our list. Anybody else would like to check in, please call now.
This is the one and only WRQD 793.
This is WSHW 974, Jim and Belmont, General.
Alright, I got you guys. I'm not used to the ham radio guys coming in here and messing me up. Jeff, give me your call sign one more time, please.
WRQD 793.
Alright, we got Jeff and Jim in there. Jim, I need your call sign one more time too, please.
Alrighty, this is Whiskey Sierra Hotel Whiskey 974, WSHW 974, Jim and Belmont.
Alright, I got you both. I put you down as the general check-in for both of you guys. So we're going to go to Jeff because he's like top priority. He's a VIP, man. We got to get Jeff in there. Jeff, are you going to make it tomorrow? And then go ahead with your comments for the topic of tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make it. Maybe we'll do a flyby and see what happens. I was going to make mention, though, that earlier you were picking on Riley, saying that he couldn't make it. But I guess if you have a bonfire and it gets large enough, he is one of those people, though, that work a 24-hour shift. So he's, he won't, the whole entire party could probably show up at 6 o'clock in the morning and wake y'all up. So there's that answer. Hold on. And then, the question about old and kids, and, I just think back to when I was younger. Life was just so much simpler than Mark. My dad would be up at dawn. He'd probably be watering the lawn, or maybe going fishing again. So it just, life was just so much simpler back in the good old days. So that's really all I got to say. This is WRQD 793. Thanks for putting that on, Mark, and hope your shindig goes well tomorrow, but I'll stop by.
All right, Jeff, thanks. Yeah, that reminds me of my grandpa, man. He worked till the day, he drove himself to the hospital the day he passed away. And he was out there up in the morning and just worked all day. I think a lot of it was to get out of the house to get away from my grandmother, but he never stopped, man. And he smoked and drank whiskey, and he was 89 years old when he passed. So different times, different generation, different people. And yeah, stop by, Jeff, man. The food's 5 to 7. We're going to have Dave the Pig Roaster's going to be there. We got, it's all carbs, man. So if anybody's listening and they want kind of like veggies or healthy food, there ain't going to be none of that unless you bring it yourself. And, we're going to have pork and taters and mac and cheese and, yeah, nothing healthy tomorrow.
Nice.
But it is kid-friendly, and you're going to have a good time if you stop by. So I think I skipped Mike and Zealand. Mike, I apologize. WSKB 891. Hey, Mark. Good evening. No worries at all. I've been thinking about your topic a little bit. How about not having the ability to take a picture and look at it instantly? Remember taking the film over to maybe Meyer or something like that and having to wait a day or something to go and pick it up, and you're flipping through the folders and everything to find your last name with your pictures in there, and then maybe you find your friends' pictures and you page through their pictures and see what they got going on. That reminds me of the good old days. Or maybe having to carry a couple quarters in your pocket because you don't have a cell phone. You got to use a pay phone. Or if you don't have a couple quarters, you quick call collect, and then as soon as the operator comes on, you quick yell, "Hey, Mom, it's me. I'm ready to be picked up. Thanks, okay, bye." And then you hang up. Back to net, WSKB 891. Oh man, I wish I'd had the YouTube tonight because this is a good one, man. Two things. If anybody's ever been in my house, they know I'm still living in that era, man. I've got a rotary phone, I've got a TV antenna, I've got VCR, Betamax. I got all that old crap, and it all still works, and I still use it all. I got a crank-up Victrola, for God's sakes, that I still play. And then the other one was, I lost what I was going to say. Dang it. Give me 1 second here. Somebody distracted me. I forgot what I was going to say. But, yeah, that's my house is like an antique roadshow, man. If you come over here, I still got all that cool stuff. It's like a museum, and people have a good time when they show up because they can't believe all this stuff still works. Oh, let's see. Next on our list is going to be Jim in Belmont, WSHW 974.
This is WSHW 974, Jim in Belmont. Yeah, you mentioned the old crank-up record players. When I was growing up, that's we had one of those. We're talking 65, or more than 65 years ago. And we had a big stack of the old 78 RPM records like that too. So the music I used to listen to. This was World War II, pre-World War II music that was on those. So I don't know. A lot of opera type music and things like that there too. I can't remember all of it anymore, but it was interesting. And we had the really, really old rotary type phone. We had one of the early rotary type phones, and before that, at the house where I was growing up in, you'd pick it up and you'd get a hold of the operator downtown. This was right in Rockford. They had a small switchboard at that time, but they were changing over to dial at the time. I don't know if it was step switchers or what, but anyway, lots of good times. I could easily go back to them right now, just forget all this modern stuff and go back to then. Life was simpler then, back to that.
Oh, for sure, man. Well, you can, man. I'm like living proof. You can like come home from work and shut off the world and just, go back to the time you want if you've got all the things that is required for that, that you got the green shag carpeting and the plaid couch. So, I don't have those, but I'm close. Jim, you and Christine going to make it tomorrow?
I don't know about Christine. I can't make it. I've got other plans for tomorrow. Over.
All right, very good. Hey, I want to go back to Jeff in Wyoming real quick because he said something and I had a comment and I can't remember what it was. Jeff, you still with us? All right, well, I guess he took off. All right, that's, we're going to do this as long as you guys want. West Michigan GMRS Friday Night Net Control. My name is Mark, WRWN809 for ID. Anybody else would like to check in, recheck, or comment, please call now.
WRCG202, portable, decaf, WRCG302, WRCG3202.
All right, Paul, I got you. Mobile, aren't you at Greg's house? Or are you on your way to Greg's house?
Let me ask you, do you hear me all right? I got another radio over here. I'm at Greg's right now, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. It was a little weird at the beginning there, like you were almost talking to yourself, but you got a good signal and good audio.
All right, good. I got Larry next to me, and he had his radio, and I couldn't hear myself on it, so I was a little nervous I wasn't making it. He was telling me, you're not making it. I'm like, what? So, anyways, yeah, we're here for the net, but I have no idea what the topic is. You're going to have to fill me in.
All right, well, you guys should know by now that if you're that close to each other, the radios are desensing. They're not going to hear each other, so come on, man. You guys got, like, both of you guys got your extra tickets, don't you? I'm just giving you a hard time, Paul. The topic is things that your kids or the younger generation today wouldn't understand that you have from your childhood or back in the day. So, yeah, and then what'd you do this week in radio and what's on your bench? So any of those three or all three or whatever you'd like to share. Come on in, Paul.
All right, you don't want to take any more check-ins so I can ramble up a couple ideas in my head?
Well, I can do that. I wasn't sure if we're coming down to the end of this here, so I was just going to go by. Yeah, we'll take some more check-ins. Larry, Greg, you guys come on in.
WRZI 5-3 and a 7, as Paul says. I'm not making it. I'm just going to be in and out because I don't feel good.
What? Come on, man. All right. Well, I hope you feel better. And we're going to get the man of the hour in here. That he's shy, and I know he doesn't check in much, but he's our host tomorrow. And I really appreciate him stepping up and helping me out with this. So, Greg.
Coming, he's putting the tray down.
He's putting his walker down. Hold on.
The tray? What, rolling tray or what kind of tray?
KB9585 with the hot dogs and the hamburgers.
We got Greg. Greg, I know you're busy, so we're going to put you down as a maybe, and we'll take some more check-ins. This is the West Michigan GMRS Friday Night Net, WRWN09 for station identification. Please call.
Sierra, Mike, Quebec, 416. Paul in Grand Rapids, checking in.
All right, Paul. I got something was going on there. Maybe somebody was doubling with you, but I didn't get your call sign. So I need your call sign, and if you'd like to be in and out, short-term or a general check-in.
Short term and Whiskey, Sierra, Mike, Quebec, 416.
All right, man. Mike, or wait, was it Paul or was it Mike?
It's Paul and Whiskey, Sierra, Mike, Quebec, 416. Paul in Grand Rapids.
All right, man, I got you. And I'm going to give you a hard time here, and everybody knows what's coming that are regulars, but if you're on the repeater and you're on the net, can you turn the Roger beep off? And I'm not trying to be a jerk, but yeah, just please, if you can next time, don't worry about it this time. But yeah, just turn that sucker off for us if you could. So, Paul, you're short term. The floor is all yours, buddy. Come on in. It's great to have you here.
All right, done here, talking. But, you know, well, for example, with my daughter, she doesn't understand, you know, collect phone calls or how you hold your phone. If you took a mannerism with your phone, with your hand, to say, make a phone call, you know, I go pinky to chin and thumb to ear, like I'm talking to someone, and she does the whole flat hand, like an iPhone, you know. The rotary phone, we actually were talking about that before the net, so that's kind of funny. I don't know if Greg got in there earlier, but
Yeah, we were just talking about that. On the bench, a lot of stuff. I got a bunch of antennas and towers that need to go up or get checked out and whatnot. There's some repairs that need to be done. And then that's pretty much it. We've been busy. WRZG3, 2 and another 2. Back to net.
All right, WRZZ32 and another 2. Paul, we got you. I apologize to the other Paul because that's the Paul I was calling on, but I don't think maybe those guys over in Canonsburg can't hear us too well because they're out there cooking and they're kind of got a weak signal. But Paul in Grand Rapids is the person I'm looking for, WSMQ416. Paul.
Yeah, thanks for giving me some time. I'm not really feeling nostalgic at the moment, but I just wanted to say today was a great day to be out in the backyard doing some woodworking, building an outdoor couch out of some cedar I got at Menards.
Oh, that's very cool. I can't build anything out of wood, man. I don't know what it is. I don't have the patience for it. If I wanted to build it out of steel and weld it, I could do it. But every time I tried to build something out of wood, it's just a terrible disaster, and it never works out well. So hats off to you for being able to do that, because I sure can't do it. All right, that's it for the list. Larry was not feeling well. Greg is shy. That's the end of the list. So anybody else would like to check in or recheck or comment for the net tonight, please call now.
WSAQ312. Ken here. Am I making it in there? It's a long ways off.
Yeah, I got a good copy on you, good audio, good signal, everything, man. Can you give me your call sign one more time, and if you'd like to be in and out short term or a general check-in? And where are you at? What's your location?
All right. WSAQ, Whiskey Sierra Alpha Quebec 312. Got Ken here in South Milwaukee.
All right, Ken. Hey, man, so we got 4 of you guys from Milwaukee in there tonight. Good deal. Why don't you go ahead, man, with your transmission. The topic of the night is things that younger generations or your children will not understand from back in the day when we were young. And then what'd you do with radio this week, and what's on your bench? So any of those 3 or all 3 or whatever you'd like to share. Come on in, Ken. Good to have you.
Well, I heard Rob talk about wing windows. That was cool. I can't think of nothing offhand. This week, I got my IC705 to work in terminal mode, so I could do digital stuff without a hotspot. That was cool.
I got a couple of those set up. I use All-Star Link 3 and Skywarn Plus for my repeater weather announcements. But as far as digital stuff, that's as much as I can't really get into DMR, but I said that about FT8. So I don't know. Maybe it'll roll back around and I'll get more interested in it. So anything else, Ken?
Nope. I see you got to change the setting on here. I keep getting busy channel, so I got to wait. I think that'll do. I'm just happy to hear you guys. I was driving back from a fish fry, and all of a sudden Moline was popping up on the screen. So I'm like, oh, cool. I should be able to hit them with the base station. So yeah, that'll do it for me. WSAQ 312. Ken is clear.
All right, man. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I like it when the Wisconsin guys come in here, and we've had most all of you in here before, I believe, but we've never had all of you at the same time. So we must have a good. I have to pull up the map real quick, the Tropo map, and see what's going on. And we probably got some good ducting going on, which is understandable. But yeah, very cool. Glad to have you guys. All right. Anybody else would like to check in or recheck? Please call now.
SOI 510 recheck.
Go ahead, 510.
Okay, as I was, Mark up here in Lakeview, as I was listening to some of this, and a lot of it was about television earlier. I just wondered how many guys remember turning the TV on and then seeing the little white dot in the middle of the black screen start to grow into a picture. And the same way when you turned it off, it would slowly go down and go away to a little white dot in the middle of the screen. And when I was young, I used to go up there and kind of peek into that hole to see if the picture was still in there, but it never was. And another thing that the kids today wouldn't know about was test pattern when the channels went off here in the middle of the night. And the third thing I thought of was we used to get our milk delivered by the cream. We lived right next door to the creamery, and we'd get our milk delivered every Saturday morning in glass jars with the little cardboard stoppers at the top of them. And I just wondered how many people had that or still remember that. So with that, turn it back over to net control, WSLY 510.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm not quite to the age of the milk thing. I mean, I might have been, but I was too young to remember. But I do remember the national anthem at the end of the, what time was that when they shut down TV, man? TV would, you had you had 3 channels that were worth the crap, and then you had a bunch of other ones that were, 35, public television and stuff like that. But I remember sitting up, the national anthem came on, and then all you had was static until the next morning. So very cool. I never looked in the dot though. That's interesting. I might have to revisit that. The old CRT TVs, man. I don't have one of those anymore, or a monitor. Throw all that crap away. All right, that's it, man. We'll do another round here if you guys are interested. WRWN809 net control for station identification. This is the West Michigan GMRS Friday Night Net. Check-ins, please call.
WRVE 804. Romeo, November Romeo 526. Pete, west of Nashville. In and out. Have a good night, guys.
You doubled with Sam there, WRV 804. Sam, I got you. Pete, give me your call sign one more time, buddy.
Sam, you all right? You live. WRNR 526. With Romeo, November Romeo 526.
All right, Pete. You hanging around or you just in and out?
I'll be in and out. Unfortunately, we'll have to miss you guys. You guys have a great time tomorrow. Sounds like a blast. I will be in and out. You have a good night.
All right, man. Well, this is our first, I call it our first annual, but, we're going to do this every year. We're an official club now, so this is our practice, shake out the bugs and get everything figured out. It's going to be a blast no matter if you show up or if you don't, but we're going to make this a regular thing going forward. We're going to have some good food, good music, and good people. And it's kid-friendly, and rumors of a bounce house, but I don't know, it's going to be there, but I don't know if we'll set it up or not. We'll see. Maybe Caleb will chime in if he's listening. The 526s are incognito tonight. I don't know where they are. Maybe they're getting rested for the show. All right, that's Sam, WRV 804. It's all yours, buddy. Come on in.
All right, well, hello everybody on the net. This is WRV 804. My name is Sam. I'm in the beautiful city of Ada, or township, I guess. And on the bench right now is the soon-to-be, hopefully, if everything goes well, Lansing addition to the K-7/R balloon repeater. Be a complete repeater off of that. It's going to go up in Lansing. I got a coordination, and I got a sound site. So we're going to put that up probably maybe this weekend on Sunday. We'll see. And let's see what else can I say on the bench. That's really it. 20 is open a little bit. There's some contests in CW, so I'm poking around on that. And other than that, that's about it, Mark. I'm planning on being there, but I don't know if I'll be there at 5. I might be there earlier. I'll just see how the day goes, what's going on. But I'll at least be there at some point tomorrow to say hi. So there you go. Back to you, sir. This is KSF and WRV 804.
All right, man. Hey, there's going to be a tour of the 650 repeater tomorrow, so if you want to get in there and check out the 462 650 and see how all this stuff works, and we're going to have a tour of the repeater site tomorrow, so maybe you can learn something, Sam. is WRWN09 for the West Michigan GMRS Friday Night Net. Anybody else would like to check in, please call now.
This is WSCL 836, Whiskey Sierra Charlie Lima 836, Stuart from Otsego. And how you doing, Mark?
I'm doing good, man. It's good to have you here. I totally butchered your call sign so bad, but I got it. WSCL 836. Is that correct, Stu?
Roger that. Yep, that's correct. Man, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to make it out there tomorrow. I've got a home repair project going on at this point. Replacing part of my deck and the steps on the side of my house. And we're getting kind of shabby, so I'm not going to be able to make it.
Oh, that's all right, man. It's like I said, you know, the whole reason we started this thing is because people kept asking me, when do you guys any get-togethers? When do you guys meet? Do you have a club? And so we started a club, so hopefully this is all for you guys and everybody that can show up or can't show up. You know, I couldn't have done any of this without you guys, so I really appreciate everybody that supported the club. And this is going to be a regular deal, and it's not going to be the only thing we do this year, so hopefully if you can't make this one, you can make the next one. So, Stu, anything else before... Can I call you Stu, man? Anything else before we go?
Yeah, Stu is fine. Well, let's see, we were talking earlier about things we did when we were kids. One of them we did was we built tree forts. I mean, we built zip lines from tree to tree and dared somebody to try it out. And we built tree forts with the crow's nest. I mean, it was quite the ultimate construction project.
Oh, man, for sure. I had some cool tree forts. And, you know, we didn't even have to need a tree for a fort, dude. We could build them in the middle. We build them right out in the middle of the woods, you know, just get in a crawl in a big old pile of bush and build a fort. I had a really nice one. And my stepdad, he was up there trying to help me out. I'm going to buy a minute here. He was trying up there, you know, my stepdad was an awesome guy. We didn't see eye to eye when I was younger, but later in life when I got older and wiser and not a stupid kid anymore, I realized what a great guy he was. And he was up there trying to help me out and put up a rope and, you know, I mean, it wasn't my fault. It was his fault. I initiated the deal, but he used an old rope and he's up there, you know, got the rope all tied up, pulling on it, and that rope broke and he fell. Man, he had to be 20 feet. Literally broke his collarbone. I felt terrible about that, but I did give him a hard time about it later in life. So, all right, man. We'll take more check-ins. We got 31 checked in. Anybody else would like to join us, please call. Hi, this is WRWN09 for the West Michigan GMRS Friday Night Net. We're going to give one last call for rechecks or check-ins before we wrap this up and get some sleep before the show tomorrow. Anybody else would like to join us, please call. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. I got to get up early and get over there and get things set up. Again, guys, it's tomorrow, our cookout. Love to see if you can make it. If not, we'll do it again, so don't worry about that. I'd like to thank Sam, WRV 804, for the use of Mulling repeater tonight. I would like to also thank Sam and Ken for helping me out scribing tonight. I would like to thank all of you for helping me build what we've built. Man, this is a great net and a bunch of great people, and it's always a good time. And I wanted to mention one more thing. If anybody's worried about tomorrow, I know I did put on the flyer that it's $20 if you're not a club member. The money's been spent, guys. So if you want to come and show, don't let the money, worry about the money. If you want to donate to the club and help out the club or tip the musicians or the servers or anything like that, that would be great. If you can't, don't worry about it. Don't let that stop you from showing up. So we'd love to have you. This is Mark, WRW9, West Michigan GMRS. I hope I see as many as you can tomorrow and shake your hand and put a name to the face if I don't already know you. So have a good night and be safe. Oh, and happy Father's Day, everybody. We got that this weekend, too, so it's going to be a good weekend. Great weather, good people. I'm going to be clear from this